Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese square off in the fourth and final meeting tonight. Let's get to it.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another Live Wire Sports Media. And this is my preview of the Chicago Sky versus the Indiana Fever today. This game will be slated at 7 o'clock on Ion. Now, this game is the fourth and final meeting of the regular season for these teams, which the Indiana Fever holds a 2-1 advantage of them. Now, let's recap the last couple of games that they played. The first time they ever played was the Fever beat them at home 71-70, where Caitlin Clark only scored 11 points in that game. Angel Reese didn't have a double-double. She had 13 boards, 8 points. Caitlin had 8 rebounds, 6 assists, almost a triple-double in that game. But they had 5 people in double figure. You had Christy Wallace with 10 points. You had Mitchell with 18 led the way, and Boston with 10, and Alyssa Smith. And at the time, you didn't see half of the other people that was in the game, like a Grace Berger. She played 7 minutes. Katie Lou played that game. Wheeler played that game. And you didn't have Timmy Fan Bentley, Lexi Hall, also Les Taylor in that game. That was the first meeting. Second meeting of the game, the Indiana Fever pulled away to almost a 10-point win. 91-83, which Fever did win that game. And that box score was they had 5 people in double. The Sky had 5 people in double figure. Reese had a double-double again. She had 11 and 13. The Cardoso had a 10-10. And Mabry was the lead scorer at the time. They had Marina Mabry before they traded her to the Connecticut Sun. And then Carter had 18, and I think that's the infamous game where Caitlin Clark got shoved by Kennedy Carter, and so forth and so on. They went and won the game. Now in that game, the Fever, Caitlin Clark she almost had a triple double that game because she had 23, 9, and 8 in that game. And they had 4 people in double figure, and Alyssa Smith went off in that game. Boston had a double double. Kelsey Mitchell had 17, and Katie Lou, she was 3 for 4 that game for 3 points. She had 9 points. Wheeler played, and Lexi Hall played. Lexi Hall had 6 points in that game, and she was 1 for 2 and 3s. But I believe Lexi Hall will play a pivotal role in that play. And we didn't have Tammy Finn Bentley in that game because she was out with a foot injury during that time, and we didn't have Dantas at that time either. So a lot of things changed. So now we're going to go to the third and final meeting in that game where we played the Chicago Sky at home, in which a game that we should have won that game. Because if you look at the box score, the Fever was down 2 at first quarter. It was 28-21. The Fever took the second quarter. The Fever took the third quarter. The Fever had the lead going into the fourth quarter, but we already knew how that turned out because of Chrissy Sykes. That game, Caitlin had 17 points, 13 assists, and 6 rebounds in that game. And Kelsey Mitchell led the way with 24. Boston was second with 18. And Alyssa Smith had 12 points that time. We didn't get nothing from the bench at that moment. Reese went off in that game with 25 and 16, where Cardoso had 16 and 10, and Carter had 23 points in that game. Now, we all know the importance of this game because it's all about playoff seeding. If the Fever wins tonight, they move into the 6th spot. because they hold the tiebreaker over the Phoenix Suns. And then if Chicago wins, they still hold the 8th spot because they have the Dream breathing down their necks. Who the Dream do play the Aces tonight. Now that game could go either way because the Aces hasn't been looking good either, and the Dream should have had beat the Seattle Storm a couple of nights ago, and they probably would have took that 8th spot from them. So this game is going to signify, and I'm gonna just call it as it is, because the rookie of the year, Caitlin Clark. Yes, I'm saying she's the rookie of the year because she's the rookie of the year. The rookie of the year, Caitlin Clark versus ChicTown Barbie, which we already know this night is going to be Barbie night for the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese. Now they both been pivotal in a rights. Angel Reese with her, rebounding double. Caitlin Clark been on a tear with 3-point record, assist record, first triple double ever by a rookie, all of that stuff. And we already know these two already played with each other in the All-Star game. They gave us one little highlight against that. I'm not going to even show it. I'm not going to even get into all of that. But it just goes to show that these two will always be parallel, or more like Angel Reese going to be parallel to Caitlin Clark, no matter what, how you look at it. Now, the Indiana Fever is coming off a impressive win over the Kinetic Sun a couple of nights ago, where they beat them 84-80 at their home, where Caitlin Clark had 19, Kelsey Mitchell had 23 in that game. The Indiana Fever is clicking on all cylinders since the Olympic break. They are 4-1 out of that start. The only loss was the Minnesota Lynx. But now they has a chance to add on to that winning. For the Chicago Sky, not so much. They've been reeling really bad. They lost. I think they lost their last 5 games. Now, I'm not gonna get into too much with the Chicago Sky fans or anything like that, because there's a lot of other Chicago Sky channels that cover them. I just cover the Indiana Fever. But nevertheless, it's going to be a game because their most important player, yes, their most important player on the team, their leading scorer on the team, Kennedy Carter, will not play tonight. She would not play tonight. She would definitely be out for a second straight game, in which she's been kind of up and down through the last part of games because she was sick and stuff like that. First, she sprained. They came back from the Olympic break. She sprained the ankle, but then they say she was sick or whatever the case might be. So, do you think Angel Reese is going to try to take more of the scoring load because she know that? I think so. I think she's want to have a point to prove. She don't want to, but I caution that because they don't have great scoring on that. Yeah, they might have their 2 bigs that could get points on there, but Cardoso is very foul prone. As good as she is, whatever, she's very foul prone, and she's going to probably pick up 2 fouls early in this game because Aaliyah Boston is not going to play with her. Tammy Fan-Bentley might end up starting in this game. If not, Alyssa Smith probably a Georgia starter. But I suspect Alyssa Smith needs to redeem herself because the last time they played, Angel Reese dogged her out. She dogged her out. And Alyssa Smith has not been playing well as of late because she's getting in foul trouble. She's not scoring properly, and whatever the case may be. I expect the tempo to be fast-paced between Mitchell and Clark. And with Lexi Hall, most likely Lexi Hall will start. So this team is going to come out running. For the Chicago Sky, I don't know, man. It's just Lindsay Allen is going to be the point guard. She's probably going to be the coordinator. Where they Michelle, she's probably going to get most of the scoring. Probably take up some of the scoring for Carter. But this is where they would have had Mabry. It would have helped them a little bit more to stay kind of afloat. I do believe this game is going to start out kind of close a little bit, but I do believe the Fever is going to pull away. I think they're going to pull away, and I think they're going to beat them bad. I think it's going to be not so much of a Barbie night for Miss Angel Reese's Pieces. So, but, and I do believe, you know, the last game against the Wizards, her double-double streak was snapped. I don't expect for her to get a double-double in this game. I don't think the Indiana Fever is going to want her or allow her to get a double-double. I think they're going to put a lot of emphasis on her to make sure she doesn't get a double-double in this game. Now, with that being said, there was a reporter came out to talk to Teresa Weatherspoon about, you know, matchups and what needs to be changes. And then Teresa Weatherspoon's fashion, instead of answer the question, she decided to walk off out of the press conference. Take a look.
Next stretch of games against the Fever, the Wings, how are you going to use this as a measuring stick to assess whether or not maybe some changes need to happen?
Great to be in shortly.
Now, as much as we have beat up Chrissy Size for the Fever this year and everything, you know, Chrissy Size had really been, you know, a little bit better with the team. But you can see Teresa Weatherspoon, she can't handle the media asking questions. Now, sometimes the media can't ask dumb questions, but she don't want to answer questions. She gets mad, frustrated. This ain't the first time she walk out of a press conference. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the first time. So my thing is this here. If you are the coach for the team, just give a simple answer. Just say no comment and then walk off. You know what I'm saying? You don't, instead of just being discussed, because she knows without Carter, there ain't no way in hell that they're going to beat the Indiana Fever. Because guess what? Who you going to have on Caitlin Clark? Who you going to have on Mitchell? Who you going to have to run out on three-point line to space? Because guess what? It's going to be so much space in that game where Boston, Melissa Smith, Kelsey Mitchell go operate Caitlin Clark. Lindsay Allen can't guard Caitlin Clark. You know, unless you put a bigger person on it, then guess what's going to happen? You know, their best player, you're going to have Lexi Hall, Timmy Fan Bailey going to come in. If Melissa Smith pick up fouls, crashing the board. So the thing about it is, it's going to be an uphill battle for Chicago Sky. It's going to be because you coming up against to be honest, I'll say the second hottest team since the post-Blake Olympic break. Minnesota Lynx is the hottest team, but you come against the second hottest team. And a lot of people had a lot of issue from the third media with the way Teaspoon was all happy because she got the win over Chrissy Size, and she was hugging Chrissy Size. We all remember that. She was hugging Chrissy Size, all close and talking to her because Chrissy Size, like she was about to have a nervous breakdown that game. A game she should have won. They had the lead. That game, she would have had that game. They would have won the series. It wouldn't even really matter if they had won this game or not. But now things has changed. I want to see how well Chrissy Size go into this game and how she come out of victory and what's the reciprocation between Teaspoon and her. Because you remember the first two meetings, Teaspoon just shook her hand and go on by her business. But when Teaspoon got the win, she was all hugging her, whispering in her ear and all of this stuff like that. I guarantee you Teaspoon ain't going to talk to her after this game. She going to shake her hand. She ain't going to be all that talking lovey-dovey stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this matchup is a rivalry. To me, I don't think it's a rivalry game. The media try to make it as a rivalry game. Like I said, it's Caitlin Clark, the rookie of the year against You know, Angel Reese, ChicTown Barbie, you know what I'm saying? She got her little podcast coming up. She's, to me, I think she's more focused on her entrepreneurship outside of basketball than focus what's on the basketball court. And this is my opinion. I just feel like Angel Reese, she probably have she probably be in the league 5 years. For real. 5 or 6 years because she's not used to losing. Caitlin's not used to losing, but they winning now. But she's not used to losing. So I give her 5 to 7 years to be in the league. I don't see her being in the league 10 years. I don't see Angel Reese being in the league that long. Because especially if she don't be in a position to win a championship or whatever. Now she get moved to another team, then that's a whole different take. But I don't see it coming. But nevertheless, these two right here will ever be joined to the hip. Will forever be joined to the hip. And like I said, they did share All-Star weekend together. You know, they played on the court. Caitlin gave her assist, you know what I'm saying? But enough that they don't really have nothing in common. One is a forward, one is a guard. But, you know, it's everything slated back to college, and everybody wants to continue to have them. You know, they want to have that Magic and Larry Bird remnants, but I don't see it. I mean, you could compare it all day for shits and giggles, but it's not that. So my assessment for this game tonight is that I expect Indiana to come in and put the beats down on them. I mean, put the beats down on them and just run them off their home court. Now, ticket prices for this game is really, I hate to say it, it's outrageous. Outrageous. It is wild because I never thought nothing of it. So they said, according to TickPick, the average ticket price is $334. It's the highest mark of associated history. And while Clark and Angel Reese are the two of the leading rising stars, the contest has its postseason implications where the Fever and the Sky currently hold the last two spots. The two teams have currently met 3 times, with Indiana having a 2-1 advantage. The matchup between both squads have drawn plenty of attention as the clash between the two teams. June 23rd set a previous record with the average ticket price of $271 on TickPick. Clark and Reese have lived up to expectations since they have arrived at the number 1 and number 7 overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft. They currently own 2 top rookie scoring average. They currently own the top 2 scoring average in league history, with Clark leading the way with 18 points per game. They also have made history several times, with one of them likely earned Rookie of the Year award at the end of the season. Clark has set rookie single-season records with assists and 3-pointers, while Reese set the WNBA record in the season by finishing with a double-double with 15 straight double-doubles. So her double-double streak is over. She's not going to get that. And if anybody watching the games, now I know Rebecca Lobo came out there and gave her kudos and stuff, and people runs with it, talk about, haters in shambles and all of that stuff. Man, miss me with all of that. Nobody's in shambles, because somebody give Angel Reese credit. She just said that, hey, Angel Reese, if you take away some of the second chance rebounds from the team, she'll still lead the league in rebounding. But she didn't say about how much. She just said she'll still lead the league. You know what I'm saying? But whether it is or whatever, but we already know. People got eyes. They can see the TV, So now, again, with the ticket prices, Friday content featured a get-in price at $165, which represents a higher mark than the cheapest available for the Chicago Bulls home opener in 2020 23-24. The Fever have been heating up, winning 7 of their last 10 games. Meanwhile, the Sky are attempting to end the 4-game losing streak. Tip off at 7:30 tonight. So, with that being said, man, I look at it like this. This matchup between these two is going to this matchup between these two is going to send one team one direction and send another team in another direction. And for the record, I hope for y'all Chicago Sky fans, Chicago is not getting no damn Paige Buckers. They not getting Juju either. So stop with all of that. Paige Buckers is most likely going to LA. She's going to play with Cam Brink, them over there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not getting, because y'all got 2 picks in the draft. That don't mean y'all going to get somebody. Y'all need a damn point guard. That's what y'all need. But anyway, my prediction tonight, double-digit win for the Fever. And you know they were playing. They're wearing their favorites colors, Rebel Red. They only lost twice in that Rebel Red. So you know when they wear that, it's game time. It's game time. So y'all leave me y'all thoughts and comments below. Let me know what you think about this game tonight, especially with Trinity Carter being out for health and safety protocol. And what do you think the strategy for the Chicago Sky going against a hot Indiana Fever team? Because right now, I mean, they don't play against 2 of the best defenses in the league with Seattle and Connecticut, and they went up against another good defensive team, Minnesota Lynx, which that game was pretty close, but they didn't execute well. And I think they missed a lot of shots. If they had hit a lot of shots in that Minnesota game, they would have won. So they probably would have been undefeated going into this game. So again, let me know what you think. Leave a like, a comment, continue to like and subscribe to the channel. Until then, see you at game time tonight. I most likely would try to stream the game, do a play-by-play, just stream the game a little bit. I might try to do that. So I'll see how things go. I'll see how I get it set up. But until then, you know what I say at the every video, you know what it is.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.